Hello everyone, it's Anahata. How are you? Come on in. We are going to get started in just a second. I'm going to let some people enter the room. Go ahead and tell us where you are calling in from, as well as if you're watching this in replay, go ahead and type that in the chat if you'd like. Not forcefully. If you don't want to interact at all, you don't have to. Now, hey Pat, how are you? I will not be answering questions live, but I will go back and answer any questions that you have afterwards. So keep that in mind. Do post your questions. Hey LaDonna, how are you? All right, guys, we're just going to wait a few more minutes for people to join in. Hi. And where are you guys tuning in from? You're going to get going in just a few minutes. Just want to have a chance for people to join us. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Florida. I'm in Florida as well. I'm in Southwest Florida. So that's cool. Hi, Amy. How are you? Okay, guys. We're going to get going in just about 2 minutes. And so if you're watching this in replay, just fast forward to about the 4-minute marker. That's when we're going to start. But I just wanted to give people a little bit of time to join live. Hi, Pat. Yes, I know you're from South Africa. So good. Glad that you're here. And Amy is from Utah. Okay. We're going to get going in just a few minutes. I would advise having a piece of paper on hand, but you will be able to listen to this in replay. So if your style is to just take it in and then watch it back, that's perfectly fine too. Okay, we're going to get going in just a few seconds. Want to make sure that people have a chance to join us live here. Oh, it's a beautiful day today. It was, we're having a lot of, if you live in Florida, you know, we have rain that comes heavy and then just disappears within, 20 to 25 minutes. And I love that. I love that type of rain where it just dumps and then it's nice and sunny again. Hey Dagmar, how are you? She's from Colorado. Wonderful. Glad you're here. We're going to get going in 1 minute. I just want to make sure people have a chance to join live. This will be in replay. Go ahead and take notes or go ahead and listen back, or both. Whatever you'd like to do is perfect for you. And I do have my whiteboard today to make things a little bit easier to illustrate certain points. And I also want to be transparent with you because I like for you to mirror what I'm doing with your magic. And so basically I set up a Facebook group. Within that there is the event that I'm doing right now. And I have my computer here, so I have basic notes about what I want to say, but this is all unscripted. Hey Lori, good to see you, glad you're here. And yeah, did not get the dump and go rain in Seattle, right? That's more of an all-day mist. I've experienced that too because I grew up in England. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get going. People will join in and out. We will be going for an hour from this point forward. So I'm going to just reintroduce myself and in the replay cut out the beginning portion so that it, makes sense for people watching back. So, hello everyone, it's Anahata. How are you today? You have joined and tuned into the 6 months to 6 figures challenge. Now, today I'm going to go over what I call the fractal information system, and you're going to try it on to your especially pure magic. That is what you came here to give the world. Now, right from the get-go, if you are still clueless, tap in to this information, and then I highly recommend you take my small $37 portal product, which I'm going to teach you how to think about today as well, called Discover Your Magic. This will help you to really hone in on the most lucrative, joy-giving, fun, passionate, expansive portion of what you do so that you can offer that at a low price, high value, introductory sort of gateway into your magic. And so again, we'll talk about that later, but for now, I really want us all to tap into our story because it's often a very good place to start. And then we'll get into the fractal information system, and I'm going to share with you exactly how to set up a legitimate map. We call it a fractal, straight to 6 figures. And it's not as difficult as you may think because it's actually doable within 6 months. So you can take the other 6 months to do what you love, right? Not that that's not what you love to do, but for example, for me, I'm going to be working for the next 6 months, and then in the summer, I'm going to be taking a tour around the U.S. Me, my daughter, my 2 dogs, we're going to go in an RV, and I'm going to go do a live book signing workshop tour around the U.S. Yes, I consider that fun. So that's what I'll be doing the second half of the year because I don't have to work year-round because I hit my goals 6 months into the year, and the rest, it's a floating, I still do things that are going to funnel and grow my business, but the money is already taken care of. So if that sounds interesting to you, if you want to live that lifestyle, I encourage you now to tap in to your bliss biz, okay? Now you may have heard me say this, your bliss biz is simply working where you want, for whom you want, and for people that love it. And as well, whenever you want, right? So this is not being tied to the 9 to 5. This is not being tied to your geography. This is not being tied to serving one specific type of person, or you get to be sovereign in your ability to deliver your magic when you try on the fractal information system and follow the path that I have set out for you. So let's dive into it. Briefly, my story is that 6 years ago I was laid off from my corporate job. And think through your story right now, right? Because it's all going to start making sense as you zoom in on your pain, the stuff that you've overcome. Those are huge clues as to what you are going to be lighting the way for others with, okay? So my pain was I was out of a job. I was the breadwinner. I was in a, not a reciprocatory relationship that I loved. Had a beautiful toddler at the time who I wanted to provide for, and I just didn't want to go back to work. 9 to 5 was just sucking my soul. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And so through my surrender to the answers and my grand desire for birthing what I came here to do, because I knew I was made for so much more. You've probably had those feelings yourself lately, especially as the world seems to be going through this huge transition. You yearn to provide relief and assistance in some way, expansiveness, improvement, right? And you are needed. And so I knew this as well. And so I just surrendered. And I said, you know what? I don't have the answers, but I know who does. And I just let go. And it was through my vibrational asking combined with my allowance of that information to come through that I received all this divine information pertaining to much more than we have time to explain today, but it is the Anahata codes. That's what I birthed through that release. And as people started coming to me to pursue this beautiful law of attraction of energy medicine, I began to see through the people who were applying to become certified just how magnificent the world is and how many teachers are out there, how many heartpreneurs were out there. And I began to grow my desire to help them to succeed, because oftentimes as visionaries, we are in the 5D. We are so out there and so expansive that we aren't able to materialize our desires and the way that we want to speak to people in the 3D because we're so out there and we're so expansive. And so what I teach you specifically through my mess into my magic and through the way it's worked for me over the last 6 years now, 5.5 years now, is what I call the fractal information system. We're going to get through it together today. You're going to have the entire fractal map because, as Rumi said, you are not a drop of water in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop. So that's what I'm going to give you today is an entire ocean in a drop. I'm going to help you remember the framework for your magnificence so that you can then begin to systematically deliver it the most efficient ways as possible. We are talking, you know, sometimes it takes people 2 to 3 to 5 years to come up with their programs. I'm going to teach you a method to get them done in a matter of days, not weeks, not months, not years, okay? And the premise is simple. It is this: you must microdose your magic. Again, we are complex beings, but people need bite-sized doses of information if they are going to distill it. And that's what I'm going to give you today as well. Bite-sized doses of information. But once again, let's tap into our why. Why are you building your Bliss Biz? Or why are you interested in building a Bliss Biz? Think about that right now. For me, personally, it's all about the word, one word. I'm going to write it down for you. Be thinking about why you want to build your Bliss Biz. Okay. Okay. And for me, it's all about freedom. Okay? This is being able to carve yourself more time through the expansive container of money that will be coming in and exploring your bliss, being able to have true freedom, okay? And so that's why I do it. Your iteration could be a little different, but most likely it's probably pretty similar. And I hate to burst your bubble, but if you are a practitioner and you are still working by the client, you're essentially still working by the hour. And we actually have technology these days to be able to automate our magic while still maintaining any sort of one-on-ones that we desire. But there's just a smarter way to do this, okay? It's on-demand digital coaching. And to frame the industry, currently it's at $145 billion, set to go to 245 or 260, somewhere around there. They're projecting $1 billion. So it's not a matter of if people are learning online, it's a matter of if you want to partake of that or not. And I'm going to frame that whole process, the structure, right now for you. So chances are the reason why you're here is something around what I said, which is freedom, right? You want to be able to have more time, more money to do the things you want with the people you want. We all have the same amount of time in a day. You can work one-to-one to one-to-one to one, but you might as well work one to many. And to do that, we just need to know a few things and then automate it. Now, at the end of today's workshop, I'm going to invite you all to take a free challenge. And this challenge is really who can get to 6 figures in 6 months. Do you accept that challenge? Well, I'll tell you what it involves in just a minute. Yes, everyone's typing in what they are wanting. Let's see. Oh yes, hello. Okay, so yes, freedom. And let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so the next thing I want to share with you is if your Bliss Biz is going to work, that means you're going to hit your financial goals, you're going to reach people, and you're going to be of impact, they're going to be able to transform their lives. You're going to need to give them 3 things, okay? These are the 3 things you're going to need to give them. So you must have woven into your program mindset. You must have strategies, and you must have tactics, okay? You have to have all 3. If you have all the mindset and you're framing what it is that they need to be doing and they're really invested in the concept and the philosophy and the outcomes that it promises, but you don't have a strategy to get them to that point, then you're not going to get there. Likewise, if you have both mindset and strategies, but you don't have the tools to get them somewhere, it's not going to work either. And so remember, this three-pronged approach to success is that for your Bliss Biz, anything you deliver, you need to offer your clients mindset, strategies, and tactics. And luckily, if you think about that, that's 3 topics already, right? If you're going to deliver, and this is where the fractal information system comes into play, if you're going to deliver something and you can come up with 5 to 6 facets, you've done your job. And if those facets cover mindset, strategies, and tactics, you've done your job. And so let's dive into what the fractal information system is. And again, it's a way to simplify everything. You have all the answers. You can zoom in as close as you want, and it can become very complex indeed. But people will tune you out because they have small bandwidth, right? They have a specific need that they need solved, and if you don't urgently meet that need, they will tune you out. It's plain and simple. And so thankfully, this actually sort of lessens your load. You know, you don't have to create this 6-module course that takes people 12 years to go through. You can divide your magic into 5 small doses that are 10 to 15 minutes long, and you can string them together, delivering tremendous value for a low price point, and voila, you have a portal product. And so the point is, you are expansive. You've got books of information inside of you. But if you can just zoom out and come up with one pain point that you are going to answer for, providing mindset information, strategies, and tactics, you've done your job. And the more simple you can package that in a way that people understand you, the better. It's called microdosing your magic. Now, there are, I like to call it a potion, your transformation potion, right? This is what you're delivering the person. You can imagine your consumer walking into this beautiful magical shop, and on the walls, it's like an apothecary, and there's little potion bottles, right? One is for relationships, perhaps. One is for stress and anxiety. One is for raising children. One is for finding and fulfilling your purpose. One is called energy medicine. One is called health. You know, one is called abundance. You can see all of these potions, right, for things that people are struggling with that they want a resolution for. And when they walk in to that apothecary, they need to know what you have to offer. It has to be distilled in a way where they can hear it, okay? If you need more help with discovering what it is you want to distill, I highly recommend purchasing my portal product, which is called Discover Your Magic, okay? And I'm going to tell you what's inside of it so that you can mimic that with your portal product. It's 5 doses. Each dose is a different topic. Each topic is spliced into a 10 to 20 minute PowerPoint, potent information, straight to the heart of the matter. It's got a summary, which is just a 1-page document that someone can download and look through. And it's got a worksheet to really deliver the tactical elements of what they're going to be doing so that people can put to practice what you just taught them, okay? And so this is how you should set up your portal product too. Think of a pain point that you solve, and that is in the center, right? We could do it right now, actually. I had a whole different workshop on this, but quickly, we have the pain point inside. So again, this is the thing that people are stomping their feet about and wanting a solution for. And if you can divide that into 6 points or less, you have a portal product. So the points are your segments, right? So there's pain in the middle, and you have 6 ways to help someone transform out of that pain. Again, You want to make sure that you're covering those 3 prongs, which is delivering mindset, strategies, and tactics within that framework. But as you can see, if you do an introduction with your story, like who you are, where you've been, to frame what it is you're doing and your concepts, and that could be one. You move into your mindset, right? Why what you do works and how it transforms your mind, body, and soul. Strategies, how to accomplish it, right? The framework, and then the tactics to actually deliver it. You've got your program. And so then from there are 6 spokes. It's a fractal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 spokes coming out from there, and it keeps going. If you zoom in, each of these are 6 more, right? So the point is, the fractal information system, it's a funnel from your most basic outreaching program or your portal product all the way through to your large high-end product. So that's what I want to talk about next, is the components that make up your magic elixir, okay? This is your total potion, right? And I want to just make something very clear to you as a coach, whether you are a healer, a light worker, a transformation catalyst, an author, a teacher, you are a coach. You're really coaching people, and it's called the coaching industry. So that's helpful when you come to terms with that you're a coach. You know, healers know, if they're truly healers, that they're not doing the healing. They're empowering people to activate the healing that through the information they offer. You're a coach, even if you're a healer. And so your job is to create potions of transformation, okay? And the way that you do that is to deliver it in bite-sized pieces called doses that actually apply to various people in various points of their life, right? So you're going to have one problem that you solve for, and then you're going to have who you solve for, right? You may be, your potion may be called, it doesn't matter, relationships, okay? That's a big potion. Who within that potion do you serve? That's your micro niche. So you're going to really want to make sure that you hone in on your micro niche, because if they can't hear you, they're going to tune you out. And so this is where you can use the fractal information system again, which is frame the pain and who would want it. Think of 6 people who would want that information. Now, when you zoom in on the person, the one person that you're going to serve, you can build out a program for them. And you can build out a program for another type of person and another type of person. And you can have maybe 5 micro niches for which you build out a separate portal product. Now, the beauty of this is you don't work hard, you work smart. 5 out of the 6 topics within your portal product can be the same. Okay, so let's talk about that real quick. Let's do a real world example. I have the Anahata codes. It's the law of attraction of energy medicine. It's for everyone. It's that expansive. If you have a concern or desire, any concern or desire under the sun, and you can resolve it through Anahata codes. People can't hear that. They'll tune that out. And so I'm going to just put A codes in the middle. And I have 6 niches or micro niches that I want, micro niches that I want to solve for. Some of the top ones that may be interested in the solution, which is the Anahata codes. So the solution is the Anahata codes, right? And I'm now thinking of the 6 people who would want that information. Well, this could be someone who is having health issues. And in fact, I want to get more specific probably. Because again, if you're the urgent solution to the problem you solve, then they'll hear you. So let's go for cancer, okay? People who have cancer would want the codes. People who are experiencing anxiety. People who are wanting to understand the law of attraction. We have people who are resolving relationships. So this is for relationships. We have people who are tapping into their own magic. So purpose/magic. Okay, these are very different people with very different needs. Okay, and let's think of one more. Let's see, a practitioner, someone who wants to actually set up a business. Practitioner. So you see my spokes, right? These are my spokes, with the Anahata codes being the answer to all of it. And I'm so sorry, I just got to make sure my dog stops barking. So think of, right now, I challenge you while I'm gone, to think of the main pain point that you solve for and 6 different types of people who would be interested in it. And hold on 1 second. Chi-Chi. No. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, each one of these spokes, and I need to make sure I got there we go. Okay, so each one of these spokes is going to become a portal product. And from that portal product, it's going to be a gateway into a larger program. That's a masterclass, perhaps. And from the masterclass, people are going to funnel into a larger program. So that's the mapping, the fractal, right? Your high-end coaching all the way back out to the small components. Now, I want to also frame within this the membership portion of your magic. This is the people who subscribe and get a little bit more, but it's a monthly fee that just comes through. So I'm going to erase this, and that will frame for you the types of people you want to build your portal product for. Okay, so that's just an example for Anahata codes. And maybe you only have one segment right now. That's okay. You can build an empire on one segment. And as you service that segment, you're going to define other needs in your space and branch out into more. Trust me, you will not have a shortage of creativity in the things that you're wanting to convey when you start this process. So if you want to give your micro-niched client information that they desire in a small dose that they can readily apply instantly to achieve the results they desire and remedy their pain, there are 4 ways, and I'm going to just write them out, and we're going to go through each one. And this is what we're going to be doing in the 6 months, okay? It's microdose, mini dose, mega dose, and memberships, okay? Microdose, mini dose, and then we're going to get into numbers, the numbers you can expect, which is really exciting. So we have microdose, mini dose, mega dose, so that you can see, oh, that's how you're coming up with 6 figures in 6 months in a doable way, okay? Memberships. So we have microdose, mini dose, mega dose, and memberships. These are going to be the 4 prongs of the fractal information system for our 6-figure bliss biz. So just as we had pain in the middle and who would need remedying that pain, we are now saying same fractal information system is the magic you have to offer, your especially pure magic, the thing that you deliver. Again, if you still don't know what that is, take the $37 portal product, Discover Your Magic. It will become very clear, okay? Everyone who's taken that has said, oh my gosh, I have now a list of 30 things that I want to develop, okay? So, but provided that you have that one thing, and you do need to commit to just one. We don't want to go crazy and try and build everything out at once because you'll burn yourself out. We want to keep this simple, and we want to build and get paid as you go, which I'm also going to explain in a second. So let's talk, we've talked through portal products a little bit, but let's talk about the price point, and we're going to stack on all of it so that you can see the big picture, and then we're going to add it up so that you can see the math behind how you're going to get to six figures within 6 months. So you have a portal product, and this portal product is low price, high value, digital, on demand. It's not one-on-one, right? And it's between, you know, $1, which I don't think I would ever do, to $99, okay? So that's what a portal product is. And again, use the same fractal information system when you're building it. Who is it for? What do they need to know? And each of those is a module. And within each of those modules, you have a very small piece of information. For me, I did the 10 to 15 minute video with a worksheet and the overview, and you're done. It doesn't take years to develop. In fact, it took me 2 weeks, I think. I don't remember, it wasn't very long. And it writes itself when you come up with this approach of who is this person, what do they want, and solve it. And make sure you're giving them mindset, strategies, and tactics within that framework. And price it on demand. And the value of this is, guys, once you set it up, it's done. It's done. You do it once, and then you dish it out, and you serve it to people, okay? So that's the micro dose. The mini dose, these are your master classes. And guys, it's the same thing. You take one topic, and you dish it out in 5 to 6 different ways. And Pat says, I want to do how to build my own numerology chart. Absolutely, that's a perfect portal product idea. Absolutely. Very easy to set up, as well as funnel into a larger, more robust program with you. So master classes are going to be like 300 to 1K. Okay, so those are the price points of master classes, but it's the same thing. You're just giving them a little bit more information than the digital small microdose. Okay, so far we have portal product between $1 and $99, mini dose master classes, each at 300 to 1,000. Now the common thing with both of these is you build it and then you're done. You don't have to keep delivering this over and over again. It's automated, okay? Now, I do want to start mentioning, if you want to be walked step by step by step by step by step through this entire process of building your Bliss Biz, from no idea to what you want to do to launching and getting 6 figures in 6 months, then you may want to apply for my Develop and Deploy Your Magic program, because we are going to go through each of these and actually do them. And it's going to be in an extremely efficient way. If you know me, I don't want to do any extra work. So there's things to avoid, and there's things that you just busy yourself with that actually aren't important at all. One of the biggest time sucks for heartpreneurs or anyone getting started is thinking that they have to have a website. No, you don't need a website, not at all. In fact, in 60 minutes, you and I together could come up with a very compelling masterclass series for you, and I could help you draft your entire workshop into funneling people into the 300 to 1K program. Here's the kicker, that you haven't even built yet. So that's the other thing I want to talk about before we go into Megadose and memberships, is that I teach you to get paid as you go. There is no reason that you need to build out your entire program and then sell it. All you need to do is know that you have a plan that's solid, right? You have 5 topics that you know you could put together an hour presentation on that wrap up into your magic, right? And then you go and you get your clients first, and then you are hired, as I say. So let me tell you a quick story to hit this concept home for you so that you can start dreaming about how easy this is and actually start doing it. And that is, when I first received the download about Anahata codes, I didn't have a program. I just had a spreadsheet with crystals and maybe 24 varietals that I had channeled. That's it. Now I had other categories that I knew I wanted to do, but I'm the type of person who is not going to wait for everything to be done because I'd still be waiting, because I'm still adding stuff. So that's never going to happen. So the first thing you need to know as an entrepreneur, roll up your sleeves, get a little bit uncomfortable, and go, because you're never going to be ready. You've got to get out there and grow as you go, not when you're ready. Okay? So there I was like, well, I didn't have a list. I literally only had like, I think 100 contacts in my live account, most of them family and friends. and then I started a Facebook page. I was anti-Facebook at the time, but then I was like, fine, I better do this to get the word out. And I hosted an Anahata Code workshop to just explain what it was, okay? Now, I didn't have the program done. I knew that I had the 5 areas that each week, it was gonna be a 5-week course, and you could do 5 to 6 to 8, whatever, I wouldn't go more than 8. But I had 5 things that I wanted to talk about. And I knew that I would, over the course of those 5 things, be able to come up with an hour or so of information on each one, okay? They happen to be, how the codes came to me and my story, which you want to weave into all of your medicine as well. It was how to use the codes, right? How to pull information, how to give it to others and infuse it into water, crystals, oil, and make frequency recipes, etc., things like that. Going through an actual session was the 4th one, and then I can't even remember what the 5th one is. It was like Q&A or something, right? So in a nutshell, I didn't have any of this done at all, but I went out there and I knew what I wanted to do, and I wanted to open enrollment. So I created what is called a landing page on a free site called Wix.com. True story. I set it up using the template available to me. I was like, okay, well, it's gonna need hosted by me, and this is what it's gonna be, and a little PayPal pay now button, right? So there I am, and I present my webinar. I call it a Vishada talk, but you can call it whatever you want. And guys, mind you, the people who attended received such valuable information just in terms of understanding how we're connected to all things without having to have things personally with us. It was just a very empowering, unifying experience, that free content. And then at the end, the last 10 minutes, I said, gosh, now I'm going to, sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and invite people into the masterclass and see what happens. And I didn't have the masterclass done. And I'll never forget, I got 30 students into my $300 program. That was the first one I ever did. If you do the math, it's over $8,000. Okay, so going from nothing in my bank account because I was down and out going, oh my gosh, how am I gonna make the ends meet, to literally within 48 hours, because I gave some sort of incentive to join, having, almost $9,000. And thinking to myself, I remember I looked in the mirror crying because I was so excited, couldn't believe that this was happening. Knew that it was valuable enough, but would people feel that? And they did. And I remember looking in the mirror going, I'm hired. I'm hired. So that's the point. You get paid as you go. And so then here's what happened. You may say, well, gosh, how'd you get all the content done? It was super easy because I knew what I was going to do and I had a whole week to prepare it. So all I had to do was send an email saying, welcome to the masterclass. So excited you've joined. We're starting next week. And then I had a whole week to come up with a 60-minute presentation. And guys, time flies when you're having fun. It was super, super easy for me to, and in fact, it was hard to just distill down the information, which is why I have now had the microdose your magic epiphany. But as you know, I'm very long-winded. So it was like, whoa, scaling back. So don't worry about content. You'll find the content. It will come to you when you are in that framework of having to come up with 60 minutes of stuff to share about a topic you're passionate about, and you have an entire week to do it. So then I delivered it, and then I had another week to get the other stuff done. So I hope that makes sense to you. Get paid as you go, right? You don't toil away and wait. And so the master class is between $300 and $1,000 is what the going rate is for a 5 to 8 week course series. And again, it's a fractal. What are the main topics? What do you want to say? You can fractalize it out, come up with 6 subtopics within each of those categories. And suddenly you're talking 5 to 10 minutes on each thing and you're going, how am I going to get it all in there? I have so much to say. So then we have the megadose. The megadose is your high-end personal coaching. Okay? Now, you can charge a premium for this. The industry rate is $5,000 to, boy, some coaches, no joke, are in the, I think I heard someone say 100,000. I mean, ridiculous, right? But hey, all power to them if they can sell their high-end coaching package to millionaires for 100K. Rock on, go for that. But the comfy range, I would say, would be 5 to 15K, okay? So these are your megadosed high-end programs. Let's just put that in there, right? Megadose, high-end coaching. Yeah. And then you round out your magical elixir, your potion that people can partake of in whatever increments and price ranges that is comfortable for them, with memberships, okay? Now memberships are monthly, and there is a time parameter, just like a gym. You don't just pay once and you get to go there forever. You pay to have access for a certain amount of time, but the price point can be lower because of the time frame, right? You'd be surprised people don't use gym memberships, right? That's what they're banking on. The people who sell the gym memberships are banking on not everyone coming to the gym. And so it's a subscription, and it doesn't matter for you because they can come, they can go online. You can serve, I could have 100,000 people doing memberships. There's no limit, right? And each person will pay between $40 to $100. So these are the 4 facets to your elixir, okay? Your potion, okay? Now let's do the math, and for this I have a cheat sheet over here for some realistic numbers, okay? And we have about 15 minutes left. If you, I'm just looking for my sponge, if you sell, I'm going to erase this so that we can see it. This is how you get to 6 figures in 6 months. And it really is this simple. If you have 100 or so microdoses, and you have 30 or so mini doses, and you have 15 or so mega doses, and you have 50 or so memberships. You're going to hit 6 figures just with that. And so again, the mini dose is your portal product. It's the low priced, high offering. The mid-range is your master classes. Okay, again, 300 to 1,000. The high-end coaching is 5K to 10K each. And then you have your memberships. Okay. So that's it. You actually, if you add all of these up, and guys, these are really low numbers, okay? 100 people to buy a $37 program. That's not a lot of people. 30 people in your masterclass, not a lot of people. 15 people that you interview and allow into your high-end program, not a lot of people. And 50 or so people to do your memberships, okay? So that is the math, okay? Now, the cool part about it is that's 6 months. As I said before, once you get these things automated, that's just the intro, you know? Over time, you can build out 30 portal products. In fact, this year, with my students, I'm going to be building out 5 to 10 more portal products for Anahata codes as I'm delivering my high-end program, because why not? And so this will just be fractalized out, more on-demand programs. Now here's the beauty. If you do it smartly and you know that you have one pain point with 6 mini niches, micro niches, people that would want it, 5 out of 6 of the things you teach each of them will be the same. So you cut and paste. You don't even have to do everything from scratch. You don't build a portal product just for this person, and a portal product just for this person, and a portal product just for this type of person. 5 out of the 6 components are exactly the same, with one customized dose which speaks to their need, which is why they buy the program. Again, for my example, I would have, for the Anahata codes, my portal product would be, what are the codes? How to use them? You know, the science. And how to infuse, and this isn't real, but I'm just making this up, but how to infuse crystal grid work, right? Doing extra things with it. Now the fifth component will be for cancer, for anxiety, right? So you're framing the pain as the dose with a specific recipe within that. So you see, I'm going to be able to fractalize out 30 portal products or more over time, 5 to 10 of them this year, because I don't do the work fresh every time. It's a meaty, amazing program with one variable that makes it very customized and meaningful to the person purchasing it. I hope that makes sense. Then they can hear you. Then they go, oh my gosh, if I go out there and say, you need codes, people are like, I don't even know what codes are. But if I go, are you struggling with cancer? Did you know that everything is energy and information, and that you already have access to the information you need to balance? Suddenly, boop, what? What'd you say? Right? And then there's my portal product. So I hope this is starting to make sense for you, and it's getting the wheels to turn a little bit. It's a fractal. It's a fractal information system, the whole thing from top to bottom. So we have 10 minutes left, and I want to just hit home the fact that there are tactics to get this stuff done. There are things you should do, shouldn't do. There's different ways to speak to various, I don't want to call them leads, but the people who come to you are at varying levels based on their introductory to you. Do they know you well? Have they followed you for a while? Are they new? Is the price point low? Is the price point high? You speak to each of those people differently. And so there are a lot of psychological moving parts that I teach you as well. And we'll go into these. There's separate mindset rules. so to speak, that I want to talk to you about, not in today's presentation. And separate strategies that also work, right? You know, how should you market your masterclass? Where should you do it? What shouldn't you do? Okay? And then automation. So many options out there. You could spend a whole year examining the ways to get your information out and automate it. And I have honed in on a process that is free, that is easy, and that fractalizes out, meaning you can copy and paste it, and boom, publish, you're off to the next one, okay? And let's see, so let's go into the 6 months to 6 figures challenge. What I want to do is within this group, if you are up for digesting small nuggets of information, you're going to want to fill out the form that I'm going to give you the link for. What we're going to do is we're going to begin to take uncomfortable action with each other. Because if you're in a group setting and you know that others are just putting it out there and trying it and giving it a shot and creating something and just seeing what happens, it's going to give you some more confidence to do so as well, but it's going to help us all to just become sort of more accountable. Also, we can begin asking questions and getting answers. We can start trying on our magic, doing polls, right? So as a 6-figure, 6 months to 6 figure challenge person, the one who says, yes, I want to do this challenge, you're going to have access to creating polls within the group, sharing your magic as you go, testing it out, seeing what resonates with people, etc., right? So it's going to be our playground, our field of potential within the Microdose Your Magic group. And accountability, you know, building friends and alliances and expanding together, getting questions answered. And there is no prize for winning. If you hit your 6 figures, you get to keep your 6 figures, right? Like, cool, awesome. But the value is more intrinsic, right? It's the camaraderie, it's being accountable, it's sharing tips, it's asking questions, it's supporting each other, and let's expand our comfort zone together. Gosh, you could practice Facebook Lives in the group, whatever you want to do, whatever you're called to do within this group if you take the challenge, okay? And so I will put the link when we wrap up here in a few minutes in this group thread so that you can apply. Now, the form actually downloads the application for my Develop and Deploy program. Sorry, my phone's telling me it's almost out of juice. That's okay, we're almost done. So, download the application. Go through it. It's a clarifying experience, whether or not you send it in or whether or not you're invited to join the program or whether or not you do join the program, okay? It helps you to frame, where am I now? Where do I want to go? How am I going to get there, okay? So again, it's the same link to say, yes, I want to be in the 6 months to 6 figure challenge. You fill out the form. The document's going to open, you can download it or just read through it, whatever you want to do. And if you send it in, you will receive a 44-minute discovery session with me if I think I can help you. Right now it's about half and half. About half the applicants that have applied, I know that I'm not going to be able to actually help them get to where they want to go, and I'm not going to invite you in the program if I don't think that I can actually help you get there, okay? A little nugget of information. You don't want to have people in your group that you don't think are going to meet the goal that you say that you're going to help them do, because that's only going to hurt your business over time, okay? So you're going to be selective with who you choose. And so fill out the application, send it in. If I think, yeah, this program is going to be perfect for you, I will set up a 44-minute discovery session. You and I will go through the nuts and bolts of the program, what it is, and you can decide to join us. Now, within that group, we are going to have an actual prize to see who gets to 6 figures first. It's a small group of people. The deadline to apply is coming up at the end of this month. Doors will close for the whole year. So do click on the link that I'm about to put in the description of this replay, fill out the application, send it in, and just so you know, it's a combination of microdosed information, group coaching, personal coaching, and group masterminds within this Develop and Deploy program. And the cool thing is we're going to do it all 4. We're going to craft, build, and launch, plus market, our microdose, mini dose, megadose, and memberships. All of it. Okay? So if this thrills you and this is like, oh my gosh, game on, I'm doing this, fill out the application, send it in. And if not, you just want to be in the group and take the challenge and be surrounded by people and places and things that support your vision and are going to encourage you, that's okay too, okay? Whatever phase you're at, tap into this group, draw forth the nuggets of information that you've been putting out there that you've been in need of, tune in, and when you fill out the form to download the application, you'll be on my mailing list, which means I'm going to be sending the people who have said, yes, I want to do the challenge, additional things via email that are going to help them over time, okay? So you'll be flagged, you'll be in that inner circle, you'll have updates, you'll have certain tools and worksheets and things that I provide only this inner group that has said, yeah, I want to do it, okay? So I think that is it. We have 3 minutes. I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Wow, I'm surprised. I got it all in. It's all there. So I hope that this presentation has helped you understand the fractal of your bliss biz, working where you want, when you want, for whom you want, for people who love it, and that you can begin to visualize how to dose up your especially pure magic. Again, if you don't know what that is, microdoseyourmagic.com, $37, 5 doses. You're going to see that template in action, right? 5 topics delivered and how I broke them up. Very valuable to then transpose to your portal product. And if you want help building your portal products, building your master classes, filling those, interviewing for your megadose, small group setting, high-end packages, and setting up your memberships, say yes to this 6-month challenge and go through that application. So many people have said, oh my gosh, Anahata, that just the process of filling it out was amazing, right? And that's it. Anything you would like to comment, do so now. We're going to end the broadcast here in about 1 minute. And it has been my pleasure working with you all today in this class setting. And I'm looking forward to supporting you guys into embodying and developing your magic so that you can actually get it from the 5D into the 3D and out to the people who need it. All right, guys, love you so much. God bless you on your path. And again, any questions you have, definitely post them in this event page or in the group and I will answer them. All right, guys, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.